Welcome to another wonderful week of Dungeons and Dungeons. Welcome back. We're surviving, and what a great way to survive the thing that no one wants to talk about. We'll refer to it as a disease, so YouTube doesn't get upset if you mention the word. But that thing, by playing D&D, it's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Don't go outside anymore. It's literally the law. It's great. Well, not yet. Anyway, last time, the Waterdeep crew ended up recovering from their wondrous day at night with the grand reopening. You guys made a crap ton of money, and you ended up trying to get some little chores done. You hired Grit to be your manager, make sure all the money is accounted for, make sure the workers are paid, and to manage your finances in case you guys ever want to go on other adventures again. You're not going to have to worry about the bar. You met with Blackstaff, and Blackstaff was gauging what was going on in your minds. She wanted to see where you stood in the war effort. She wanted to know what your future plans were and tried to see if those aligned with her own plans to try and mitigate this strange approach of madness, this Geckham character, and these orbs, all of which have her concerned as they feel pretty confident in their defense against the Kobold Wolves and the Kobold Alliance, thanks to their current Northern Alliance.
What could possibly go wrong?
No, nothing, absolutely nothing. Ignacious and Tellius and the mysterious figure were on their way to deliver paintings to the Casalanterns, and Ignacious went to check out a shiny inside the alley, and you lost consciousness, Ignacious.
That happened.
The rest of the crew, I believe Tyrion was out running chores at the moment. He was out and about, or he was heading back to the tavern.
I think I was back at the tavern.
Yeah, I think you went and dropped off the drink for Blackstaff, and then you returned home, where Orhana and Charnook are inside the tavern as well. Just chilling with their cooks and the servants, and eventually Grit will be in later in the night. So we returned.
Don't call them servants, we call them partners.
I like it. Good. Look at you not
What
being
is it,
uppity.
Stewards?
Cookies.
Everyone's a cast member here. So you are with Jackin Gilfrey right now. Tellius is where we will begin this episode.
I'm with Jackin.
Yep.
And my boy Ignacious the Gracious.
Just went to an alley.
Well,
You guys are waiting there about 5 minutes.
Okay. 5 minutes have gone by?
Yeah.
That's strange.
Jackin looks at you and he's like,
We should probably check on him. That's weird.
oh, okay, sure. So the two of you go to check out the alley?
I will approach the alleyway.
All right. As you turn and approach the alleyway, it's completely empty.
Do I see anything of note?
No. You see the barrel that was obviously the top of it was moved over a little bit. Just a normal alleyway. No people. No struggle. No blood.
Don't open the barrel.
I think I heard the wind. I think I heard the wind or something. It's really weird. I will cast Detect Magic and see if there's anything weird.
Okay.
Seems a bit weird.
As you detect magic, no magical entities besides the one next to you and the stuff on your own person begin glowing.
I'll cast Sending to Ignacious.
Sure.
Ignacious, how you doing? Where you at?
Jockin looks to you and is like, if he just wanted to leave, he could have just said, I wanted to go. Instead
Yeah, I
of
know.
ditching
Yeah,
us.
he's not the type to just leave without saying a thing. He's not really like the Irish goodbye type of person.
You guys sit in the alley for another minute and a half. You hear people and the marching of feet going by.
He didn't respond to the spell, did he?
No, but it didn't feel like anything blocked it. Didn't feel like it dissipated or anything like that. It felt like your normal sending spell got off and there was no reply.
There's nothing in this alley to investigate.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Thank you.
Or investigation check, rather.
10.
Going around the alley, you look over to Jackin and you're like, go look around. Jackin starts trying to find his own stuff as well. The two of you are feeling up walls. You're looking inside the barrel, just some pickled meat inside there, and you're like, all right. And fishing around in there, just fish. So, okay. Down the alley. You turn and look around the corner. Just leads back into the bright streets. You can see a bunch of guards talking to an individual right now. And the individual's like, I have a permit. And they're like, well, let's see it. And he's like, hey, I have a permit. You turn back and you see Jackin at the other side of it just being like, do we just deliver the paintings? Or like...
Does he have the other paintings?
He has 2 of them, right? And you have 1 of them, I believe. Or did you have 2 of them and he has 1 of them?
As long as Ignacious
you guys
doesn't
still have the
any.
paintings. Ignatius handed them over to you before he checked out the other.
All right, we're leaving.
And off they go.
Yeah, I will cast sending to I don't know, Tyrion, and say, hello, Tyrion. Ignacious seems to have gotten lost and won't respond. We were on our way. Keep an eye out for him.
Oh, okay.
Hard cut to Tyrion enjoying himself in the bar. Just sitting there by himself. All right. Not by himself, but at his own table, just chilling, enjoying the day.
You're talking to yourself, you weirdo.
No, Tellius just messaged me.
What's going on?
I guess Ignacious wandered off and got lost or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he doesn't really know where he's going. Do you think we should go out and try and look for him? Or should we let him fend for himself?
I mean, it's not hard to ask directions. If he's gone for too long, then we can start looking.
It was like 1 in the afternoon. I mean, it was early in the day still.
Alright, well.
So, Jackin and Tellius approach the Castle
Jesus.
Lantern Manor. You can see this gigantic layout of the compound, multiple houses, multiple places where you can tell there's stables. There are these fancy windows on each place. It just exudes money and wealth. There's forestry inside here in the city with lots of cobblestone and stone architecture. You see the luscious green behind the gates. Guards standing all around to protect the compound itself. And there is a front gate that you can approach to try and say hello, or you could try and look around the place if you want to do an unorthodox way of delivering the paintings.
I believe they did say they'd be waiting for our arrival. Are there any guards or anything?
Yes, they're on the inside of the front gate. They're looking out.
All right, I'll just saunter on over. Hello, gents.
Hello there, state your business.
I'm Tellius from the Lifts Tavern. We have some paintings that need to be delivered to the Casalanterns.
Oh, yes, of course. Let us unlock the gate. And as you hear some keys go and the gate unlock and the door opens, like, as it opens, you see this hunched over butler just looking at each of you, big swollen jowls. It looks like this individual has been gracing life for almost a millennia, but he is still in the service of the Casalanterns.
That's about as old as I am. Pretty crazy.
My name is Wilford Crowley.
Hello, Wilford Crowley.
Nice to
Hi.
meet you. As he reaches out his hand, you can see he's missing 2 of his fingers. He only has 3 left.
Stick it there, pal. I'm Tellius.
Nice to meet you. And who is this individual?
This is my friend. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Jack and Gilfrey. Nice to meet you as well, Mr. Crowley, you said it was. Constable Crowley. You see the guards. And just shake their heads. Nope. And he's like, come in, come in. The Casalanterns are out right now. The Lord and Lady are about their businesses. But I can show you where they are meant to be. Place the paintings. Come in, come in. And he starts hobbling into this massive villa now. You can see even more places. There's benches and trees and water fountains, and you can see a multitude of guards here. Not the same color as the Waterdeep guards or knights. These are definitely privately hired contractors or mercenaries to keep the compound safe. He starts leading you around. You can hear the chirping and laughter of little kids around, but you don't quite see them as you and Jacken are being ushered through the villa. And he starts to go on about the greatness of the Casalanterns and how honored you should be to be even in this presence, and how great it is that these paintings are coming into such a worthwhile world, and more and more stuff that is just sort of blasé. Okay, whatever, old guy. As you start going up steps, as the compound itself is multi-leveled, you are getting to another courtyard area that's above the courtyard itself. So you have a bunch of houses down here, probably where the servants live. And you get to the next section, and it's probably where more of the family lives in this big tapering mansion. And as you get up there, you hear this horrible, like, shuddering on the whole compound. And you see Crowley. They say there's ghosts in Waterdeep. The ghosts bless the Casalanterns for their philanthropy. But they are loud and obnoxious. Don't mind them. As he continues going up the steps, as Jacken gives you a look, he's like,
As we are traversing, I would have, well, for starters, how long has it been since I last cast Detect Magic?
At this point, it would have taken you another, like, 15 minutes to get there, and then...
Oh, right. Well, then, as we entered, I would have cast it.
Okay.
And also, at the mention of this shuddering, I will, blah, 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 blah. Use my divine sense to detect good and evil.
Okay, how far does that range?
That is a 60 feet range, and I will know the location of any celestial fiend or undead that is not behind total cover.
Oh, what does that mean, behind total cover? Like, that's behind...
Behind like walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If they're behind walls, you wouldn't even get a sense?
It depends on the thickness.
That's
It's
what it says, I suppose. I mean,
We'll see.
total cover. It's, presume that would mean they're actively hiding. I don't know about permeating walls. I certainly don't know that.
Well, I do say...
what I do say.
I mean, if they're just, like, out and about, like, just chilling in, like, a room that's, like, below me or something, I don't know. But if they're, like, holed up in some bunker, like, hiding...
Yes, yeah,
I don't know, like, I don't know.
No, I got your limits. I'm just feeling it out. With that said...
You can rule it however you want. I don't care.
You do notice a individual, as you have this sense, you definitely get a evil leaning feeling
Oh, God.
from one of the towers, where you can actually see one of the paid mercenaries is an archer who's watching you guys right now, leaning out the window. So there's a bead on you that way, and it's not necessary. He's just human. It's not like a fiend or celestial or something evil like that. Once again, Jockin next to you goes off as a celestial good that you feel.
Ooh.
You get some strange feelings out and about around the compound itself, but nothing really clear hits you in that way. And the detect magic, you do see lots and lots. How far is the range of that?
Oh, it's not that large. I think
it's
it's
not that
10
large.
feet.
10 feet?
think it's
30 feet, sorry.
30 feet? Okay, so you, here and there, you're seeing lots of arcane locks and spells and like glowing. You can see this place definitely is decked out with defense magic.
Okay. That's pretty standard for rich people. Makes sense.
Yep.
Lean over to Jackin and whisper.
Yep.
Seems to be some evil afoot towards that tower. But just like a minor sense I got there.
He nods and takes note.
And then we'll just keep following the butler.
Sure. The butler starts going up as he's getting to the third level of this compound, and it is now just gorgeous. Like everything gets golder as you continue to get up. There's more gold encrusted everything. You pass a massive dining hall that's used for a lot of the poor, as he explains that they constantly bring in the poor and the poverty-stricken to try and feed them. And as you are approaching your destination, you see a rock come by and nearly hit Butler Crowley, thank you. I switched the W and the M. Who said I wasn't dyslexic? There's always time. Crowley. It might be the ghosts again.
Did I see which direction it came from?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. You saw it came from the right.
Aw. 21.
You see around the corner two small giggling heads leaning out a little bit from behind one of the housing compounds. There's a pillar in front of one of the houses, and you get the sense that probably those kids were throwing rocks at the butler again.
Can I see the kids?
You can go over to try and see the kids.
Oh, can they see me? Do you think?
They are, hiding right now. They don't. They're doing the peeking and like, oh, did we get them? Nope. Oh shit, get another rock.
How close am I to the rock?
Pretty far. They're thrown at about 15 feet, and they're far enough away so the butler can't see them.
Ryan, no.
Damn. Okay.
So you see him. He's a little. They make it seem like the ghosts are angry with us, but I know that's not the case. But I have my best ghost finders on the case. I've hired this individual who calls himself Volo. I think
Volo.
I'll be on top of things within the week.
Yes. He's a great ghost finder. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That was definitely a ghost for sure.
I can feel it. There's a magic within the Casalanterns, and it just exudes into their very houses. As he's now talking.
Oh, there's magic. All right. Yeah.
Walking towards the house, and he's like, "All right, is it to the left or to the right?" And then, as he's trying to figure out where he's at, the children rush out, and they have wooden swords, and they have like pillows taped to their chests, and they all just rush the butler, and they start attacking the butler. And the butler's like, oh! He's yelling and screaming. The guards out and about are just watching with pleasure as the kids are beating the crap out of the butler. And he just like, oh, you got me! Oh! And he goes and lays on the ground very slowly and very painfully for his age. But he gets down there. And he's like, oh, you're so great, young masters. And you see them laughing and finally look up and see the two of you and a little taken back. And you see, we have visitors. You see a young girl and a young boy. And he goes, this is the little lord and the little lass. This is Elzenera. And this is Terenzio Casalantern.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Tellius.
Nice to meet you, Tellius. And I'm Jockin. Nice to meet you, Jockin. We don't get many visitors around here. This is so exciting. It is. And especially when Mom and Dad aren't around. We should show them all kinds of places around here. You see Crowley get up. Oh, no, they're here just to drop off some things. As he starts getting off the ground, they're like, no. When they start hitting him, he's like, oh, okay. Oh, that one actually hurt a little. Okay. No, I think it's enough. And he's trying to take away the swords from them. They're like,
Surely we could entertain some kids for a bit. That wouldn't be too bad, would it?
you see him, oh, I don't think that would be a good idea at all. And you see Jock, no, nonsense. Tullius, you let the kids show you what they want, and I'll take the last painting here, and Crowley, Constable Crowley, show me the way. You see him, as long as the guards go with the little lords and lass, it'll be all right. And you see 2 guards just go. That was a command. And they walk over behind you, and they both put their little spears down, their armor chinks, and they go, yay! And they start rushing off, asking you to follow, Tullius.
Oh, I will oblige.
All right. Taking you into a courtyard, they start showing you all kinds of toys they have, little forts they make, some of the stuff you're like, kids get this? This is ridiculous. Like, adults would live in this. This is a house for an adult. It has a functioning kitchen, and they're playing pretend in here. This hurts in some levels. The guards are ever vigilant, and every time you enter a new area, there's more and more guards. The kids themselves are just ecstatic, and they're actually trying to lose the guards as they come to you and give you these looks like, let's play a game. And the game is hide and seek. And you can see the guards being like, no game hide and seek. And they are both like, okay, do you know any good ways to hide and seek? As they're looking to you.
Oh, they're asking me.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best way to hide is to hide in plain sight. Sometimes the best way to hide is by finding a distraction.
Distraction. You see the other one pick up a rock and throw it straight at one of the knights, just unflinching, tinks off him.
That's not what I meant.
Dang it! Are you special like Mom and Dad? Because they have a very special hide and seek spell they can use.
I'm not sure what that means, and I'm certainly not as rich as your parents.
No one is.
No one's as rich as my dad.
It makes it so hard to relate to all these people.
If I might ask, how do your parents get so much wealth?
Well,
It's truly wondrous that they share it with everyone.
you guys sort of go over toward one of the benches, and they sit down, they start playing with their toys, and one of them's like, well, things weren't going so well about 10 years or so ago, and it's like nothing was going right. And then Mom and Dad came home one day, and things started going really well. And then the other girl with her feet kicking up on one of the benches next to you was just like, yeah, it was really, really crazy. Like, all their competition just went away. Like, overnight.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what else went away overnight? Brandon. We haven't heard from him in years. He's at boarding school.
Oh no.
We miss Brandon.
Who's Brandon?
He's our older brother. He went away around the time things weren't going well. Parents said we couldn't afford to educate him in Waterdeep anymore, so they sent him away. Now he's off on some expedition, apparently, after graduating. I really miss him.
Or maybe someday you'll get to meet him. Or see him again.
Yeah, he still sends letters.
That's great.
Yeah.
What does he look like?
He looks like Dad, but shorter and less beard, I think. I haven't seen him in a long time, so he probably could look different. But last time I saw him, he looked like Dad.
I will cast Disguise Self to look like what they're describing.
Okay. They start clapping their hands, and you see the guards give a little like, oh, yeah, probably.
But could Brandon do this? And I'll take out my loot.
And they are like, oh, do you play music? And the little girl goes,
Do I play music?
They're commanding
Of course
you
I
to
play music.
All right. Do you want to go ahead and
And I
start
will
playing?
play.
Ignacious in a barrel.
Yes, I will play some music.
Make a performance check.
All right. That is a whopping 14.
Not much happens around here, so it's exciting.
Hooray!
The kids are absolutely loving it as you play. Not one of your most complex pieces, but it's good enough to get over on everybody. Some of the guards even start, whistling along with it or stamping their feet. And just as you're about to finish the song, you hear another one of these horrible shudders around, and you feel like the ground shake a little bit again as the both of them look around like, there's that sound again.
Has that always been happening?
No, it's only been more and more recent. Mom and Dad won't let us go in some of the areas around here. They're off limits. But we're certain it's probably coming from somewhere around there.
Right. Well, maybe since we've done business with your parents, at some point, maybe we could help them solve the mystery, as it were.
That would be amazing! Tullius is a detective! Yeah! And they both like jump on you and they're hugging you, being like, we have a new friend who's a detective! This is so cool!
Are there any detectives in town that we would know about?
Yeah, remember the...
Yes, I do, yeah. I'll disguise myself into him.
Yes.
I don't know his name, but...
He's in here.
Bartavius!
Bartavius.
Is that really his name?
Bartimus Blastwind.
That's
and
his name.
Oh, that
Bartimus.
Cromley.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even as you transform, you can't help but as it comes out. And they're just like, oh, no, it's him! And they start running. They can't. They're like, he's gross! He smells terrible! He's the lamest of the detectives our parents have hired. He's the worst.
Yeesh. Hard.
But I'm a detective, no less.
That is true, but we know it's really Tullius! As they come up again.
And I'll poof back and make sparks as I poof back.
And they run at you and start hugging you, and they're all excited. And they're like, yay!
I'll, juggle them.
Oh, as you're juggling them, you can see Crowley coming back with Jockin. And you see Jockin be like, oh, God. as he's seeing this, you see Crowley, guards! Guards! They're ignoring him right now. And as the kids are laughing their heads off and so happy about the entirety of it, you put them down, and they're so excited. They're like, we should have Tullius over for play dates. Yeah!
What if I don't put them down?
I was hoping you wouldn't go there, but I was trying to move things along. But if we would like to do this, we can do this if you continue to juggle the kids. It's completely available to you. But I was worried about the darkest timeline. All right.
Jump out the window with the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Hostage situation.
So.
Give me all your money or the kids get it.
Oh. Jockin is like, well, Tullius, did you have a good time babysitting?
I think it might be my career after adventuring.
Probably pays good money, too.
Certainly here.
You see the two of them look, yeah, you know what? I bet Mom and Dad can afford you. They can afford any babysitter.
I charge a hefty price.
Oh? And they look over to Crowley and like, oh, no, not again, children. You know what you put the last 4 babysitters through? And you see them like, they were boring.
What's the movie? The one with the...
Anyway, he's like, we'll see about this. I'll be in contact with the Lord and the laity of the house, and they'll talk to your people, Tullius. Thank you for gracing us with your presence today. That'll be all. And you see the guards sort of give you this like, all right, time for you to fucking leave.
All right, that's fine. We'll be on our way out.
And you see the two of them like, oh no, when will we see you again, Tullius?
I don't know. You'll have to ask your parents.
Oh! And you see one of the kids can take the sword up, and he just starts going back to wailing on Crowley. Yep. And he's just like, oh, heavens! Heavens! And the two of you are ushered out. The doors close behind you. And Jockin looks over to you and he's like, did you hear that thing a second time?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking obvious. That was really bad. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I may have gotten an invitation back,
Hmm.
so I don't know.
I want to come back at night.
That seems pretty fucking evil. So I'd like to investigate, but I'd also like to talk to everyone. If that's all right with you.
Yeah, I was thinking we go back and maybe get everybody on board to go see what's going on here.
Nice.
Doesn't
And
sound
hopefully
right.
Ignacious turns up.
Yeah. It's real shitty
Sounds
of him just
pretty-
to leave like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so rude, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
he
just
said he'd help us, and then he's gone.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I'll help you guys, and then he just fucks off. He didn't even say goodbye.
You know, I've met
just-
people like him, and they always hurt. They hurt you the hardest. They're not
They
there
do.
when you need it for. When you need them most, they're not there for you.
It's yeah. I hope this isn't a reoccurring thing because he's a new addition to the party,
Is he?
and I hope I'm wrong. You know.
I hope you are too. You can't get good help these days. I'll tell you that much.
No,
That's why I'm
thank
a
God you're
soloist.
here.
Yeah, I do my best. You have a way with the kids too. That's fantastic.
I'm a goofy lad, so kids seem to like that.
They say kids are a good judgment of character at a certain age, where they get the innocence. Then there's a certain age where they really shit at it. But there's that golden period where they can really tell the good in people, and I think they're right there for you. I think they can see the good in you.
Speaking of seeing the good in people, I can sense that there's good in you as well.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
And I mean, of the more divine sense.
Yes. Go figure.
Hold on, pal.
Maybe someone's watching over me.
Hopefully someone on our side. And not that weird shuddering side.
I can't imagine it would be lined up that way.
I can't either. Let's go back.
Sure. The two of you walk back. You guys all meet up inside the tavern, and you all give a look of like, where the hell is Ignacious?
How long has it been?
It's been about 2 hours.
Nobody's heard anything.
No. He went to check out some alleyway, and after 5 minutes we checked on him. There's nothing in the alleyway. I sent out a sending. Nothing. Told Tyrion. Figured you guys wouldn't even be here because he's been gone for so long, but whatever. Yeah, he just kind of fucked off.
That seems out of character. We should go check it out.
Seems very in character. Shady guy. Real boring.
Yeah, you know Ignatius. The shadiest. Ignatius the shadiest.
Okay, enough of that. New music.
Oh boy.
Ignacious. Consciousness begins to come back to you. You feel this horrible soreness within your sternum and a very sore throat. Makes it difficult to talk at first. Your sight slowly coming back to you. Yo, calm down, encoder. Yeah, you be like that.
Well,
OBS is having a time. Okay, anyway. You start to get your bearings. Your helmet is off you right now. Your gray orc skin. You feel a little bit of your own saliva going down, a numbness all around your mouth. As you look down, you see yourself tied in a chair. Your armor is off you, and it looks like chains all around your sternum right now, and your feet are tied to the bottoms of the chair. As you listen about, you can hear running water, and it feels much cooler than it did when you last were awake. Up top, it was like a 95-degree day. Summer had hit hard. It is almost all pitch black darkness down here, except for a few lights, and it's chilly, very cold.
I'm gonna test the strength of the bindings.
Give me a strength check.
crit right now and bust out of this place.
Strength.
Yep.
19.
19.
Let's go, dude.
You actually get it to budge a little bit, but as you start to move it, and you're like, what normally would break easily, you could get out of ropes. You've been in these situations before. The military preps you for torture, interrogation, these type of things, and you're going through your methodology to break free, and you feel the one thing you don't want to feel that comes to your mind in these situations is that they've actually welded a lot of the steel together behind you. And that is beyond the simple breakout procedures you've learned.
Yep. That's about right. Can I see anything?
About 10 feet out is just darkness. The way the lights are set up is like the equivalent of when there's a light really close to you and you're trying to look out into the darkness of night and you can't see anything because of the light. You have to turn off the light to be able to see out. That's what's happening right now. And so you can only see within the torchlight of this area. It's difficult to even pick up on where that light is so close to you. And you finally comes into focus. There's a couple like tall candle holders, all lit.
Is the chair chained to the ground, or can I move the chair?
It does not appear chained to the ground.
Can I tell how big this room is, or
It's impossible to see all that 10 feet vision you have here. You can barely look over your shoulders too.
I'm just gonna start scooching forward.
You
Just
start scooching, you
continue
start hearing these
in the
awful
direction.
creaks on the floor with the chains hitting behind you as you there's like and it starts echoing too. So you have this sense of vastness and wherever you're being kept right now.
Big room.
With all the noise you're making, you hear, "So he's awake now." And that booms off the walls in multitudes of directions. And you can hear the echoes almost answering the echoes and the echoes creating echoes. And you hear what sounds like somebody that was probably been weeping. And you hear, I don't want to see him. This isn't what I wanted. And you hear just this rage building up in the other one. Isn't what you wanted. This isn't what you want. It's not about what you want. And you see her you hear more of these tears from this female sounding voice. And she goes, "Get up. We have a job to do." And you hear these clanking of feet. Sounds like heavy metal armor as you're preparing yourself for your captors as they come in. And as one comes up in front of you, and just on the edge of it, you can see this very wilted body, an outline of them, and it seems very timid as it's deciding whether or not to come in. And you can't get the features yet because it's still in the darkness. It's on that precipice. And then you can feel a blade come to next to your neck behind you. Leaning in, a metallic helmet of an individual looks you in the eyes, goes, "You have one chance to tell me what the fuck you were doing wearing Valkyrie armor." You recognize this as a Valkyrie from Skoberheim.
It was a gift.
You then see the other one come through. See, Dessa? And as she walks through, you can now see her Valkyrie wings as the one that was facing away from you comes in. Her armor are silvers and blues. And you can see her centerpiece is just void. There's just a big portion of it missing, and she's timidly walking forward. "I told you he didn't kill one of our sisters." And you see her look up. "Enough! Don't undermine me. We don't give these gifts. None of the Valkyries have access to something like this. You lied to me. As she starts cutting a little bit of your throat right now, drawing a little bit of the blood.
Well, it wasn't your average Valkyrie. It was a follower of the storm, name of Cole.
And
Met her at the Temple of the Storm.
the knife slowly comes away, and she turns to face you a little more as she sheaths the knife and takes out a sword. Now I know he's lying. Cole has not been alive for hundreds of years. And you see the other one look. Enough. How could he even know some information like that? The name's been lost for generations. And that wasn't even her name last we saw her. And you see her take her sword and put it right up to your chest over your heart. And just this rage inside the Valkyrie that was referred to as Dessa. You can see her armor is all these various colors of the rainbow all around here, but they're not bright and obnoxious, and like it's very like matted. And when you look close, you can see that all the different colors. It's one of those when you look into metal, you know, or like even the oil slicks on your car, and you know how you see the rainbow down there because the light's hitting it just right and not refracting. Light's hitting it, so the color spectrum you can see it. That's very much what her armor has all around her. And she's just on the edge of putting that sword right into your heart.
I did meet Cole. She tested me and my companions, and we passed. This was a reward. I have no quarrel with you or your kind.
The other one grabs onto Dessa's hand and just starts trying to lower the sword, trying to take it back. And then you see Dessa in anger just cut the chains in one fluid motion as you feel like your entire body panics because you feel like you've just been slashed. But you were not, and the chains fall to the ground. But you're still chained behind your hands and feet to the chair right now. And you see her, still sword out, come closer to you. What was the test?
It was a battle. Whether the storm was with us.
You see the other Valkyrie come over to Dessa and lean on her. See? It's the storm bullshit. And you see her go, can you take us to her?
I can only go to the temple once a month. And how long has it been since we were there?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Well, it's going to be, actually, because you came back, you had the grand reopening. It's the day after the grand reopening. So it's only been a couple of days since then, but like you're going to be getting into the weeks soon.
Right, so like 2 or 3 more weeks from now?
Sure.
3 more weeks, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So I could go back in 2 or 3 weeks, but until then, I'm unable to return.
If you try to run, I'll cut you down.
I have no interest in running.
She finally sees her sword and she starts to walk away. You hear the clanking going on. And she goes, Tara, leave him. And you see her look over and then come towards you. And she's like, he's still chained. As she comes over to your feet, you see her trying to break the chains, and she's clearly struggling. Of the Valkyries, her helm is missing as well, and she looks very sickly, this Valkyrie, the one she called Tara. And you hear her say, I'm sorry for what's been happening to you, It's good to hear that one of our sisters are okay. It's here, and she goes and reaches over and takes your sword, and she starts getting in, trying to get leverage, and then she's able to open up one of your legs, and she goes, "What is your name? My name is Tara. I am I was a Valkyrie of Corlin, as we all were, but no longer." As she puts the sword and tries to get the next one going, you hear the clanking of feet again as your armor just thrown to the ground in front of your feet by Dessa. She goes, "Here's your armor.
My thanks.
Don't you dare shame the craftsmanship of Cole's work. It disgusts me to see unworthy wearing such great armors."
I try to be worthy every day.
I'm sure you don't earn it. As the second chains come off, Tara goes behind you and finally gets the ones that were welded together, and you're free as you stand up. What is your name?
Ignacious.
Ignatius. It is nice to meet you, Ignatius. The other one
Yes,
remains
good to meet
silent,
you.
does not address you.
Strange circumstances, though.
Yes. And the other one goes, "Even stranger, an officer of Skoberheim showing up in Valkyrie armor inside Waterdeep. I'm sure a note somewhere would have other Valkyries flocking here to find you."
Yes, I guess there might be. Are you interested in telling them of my whereabouts?
Not particularly. As she's grimacing through her helm right now, you can just see the lower bit of her mouth, and the way this helmet works on her, you just get this endless void into her eyes. You can't actually see eyes; it's just like this darkness, and there's all these like different lights on the inside of it, and it looks like stars as it just goes on for an infinite.
Well, that's good. I like it here. I would hate to leave.
Tara comes beside you. "Yes, here, you should drink this." And she holds you up a potion.
What's this?
To stop the poison we gave you.
Oh,
That's good.
Oh,
You drink it, and you start to feel your body feeling better. Your chest was continuing to tighten, and you didn't even notice how tight your chest was getting during all this. You thought that was just the tension of the moment, but it has faded away, and you're starting to feel a bit better. Your throat's still sore.
That's better. Thank you.
thanks for poisoning me.
So, where do we go from here?
Depends. Do you want to go back willingly, or would you like to be whisked away again?
I like to go places willingly.
Follow me. As she starts walking away out of this area, you see Tara next to you give you a little like push on your side, but she's like hunched over. Her wings are completely like you would see a cowering bird, or when your dog cowers in the tail. You can tell she's very much broken looking. As you guys start walking toward an exit.
Tara, I do have healing abilities if you are in need.
It couldn't hurt. There's this void inside me that I cannot fill anymore.
yeesh.
It's just this internal emptiness. What could you do?
Spell.
Easy cleric moment.
Like I said, I follow the storm, and it gives me abilities. I can heal you as best as I can.
Please try to heal me, for I felt broken for so long.
Okay.
As you are walking, you two stop now, and you hear Dessa. Why have we stopped? As she starts walking back.
I thought your companion could use healing.
Healing. Nothing you could do would help her. Come on, stop wasting her time. As she goes to motion off, do you listen to her, or do you continue trying to heal
I'll
Tara?
try something anyway. Might as well.
All right.
That's our Ignacious.
So I'll do Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Okay. You feel the power of the storm through you, and as you close your eyes and try and heal the wounds of battle, you reach out.
Mm-hmm.
You feel your magic go into her. Right before you feel the cold feeling of a gauntlet across your face as you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. As the other Valkyrie goes, "Do you not listen?" As you get smacked away, and you see Tara, he's just trying to help. And nothing is going to be able to help. Not until we find our sisters. That's the only way we'll solve any of this. And we don't need whatever magics or curses someone like this might throw onto you.
Have you not tried anything?
We have tried everything. Don't insult me. As she leans closer. Do you think I don't care for one of my sisters?
No. I'm just being thorough.
Did it do anything?
It was worth a try.
Foolhardy and waste of time. Something we don't have a lot of. Now come on, whether you said you wanted to go willingly, let's go. As she starts walking away now this time, as you see Tara come to you and she's like, I'm sorry I got you in trouble. I'm sorry.
That was my decision. No worries.
I shouldn't have done that.
Let's continue.
As you start walking out, these twists and turns inside the tunnels, you start to realize, similar to the sewer systems that you saw when you were delivering the item off the ship earlier to the Kenkus and Salem, picked up on all that for Xanathar's guild, and you start walking through walls that you find there are illusions in this maze down here to their hideout. You're disoriented, and it's very difficult to keep track of any of it, if anything at all. They seem confident enough to be taking you through it that you're probably not going to be able to remember it. As you finally get to a crossroads in the sewers, you hear the Valkyrie go, down there, walk about 100 meters, turn left, there'll be a ladder, you'll be back on the surface. We'll find you, again. Don't run off.
And what will happen then?
Then we will go see Cole, or you will die for being a liar.
Sounds fair.
And the other
I'll see
one
you then.
walks away before you can say, I'll see you then. And she grabs the arm of the other one, who is just a shell of whatever she once was. And to your knowledge, all Valkyries were Valkyries of Corlin inside Skoberheim.
Got it.
You go down the sewers, you go up the ladder, and you hit the surface.
Oh, so much lore. I need to know.
Leave it to Ryan and never ask a question.
Ryan!
Oh, I love Ryan.
I too love Ryan.
Is Corlin dead? What? That's a big deal.
Who needs him?
A lot of people.
Not me.
Corlin?
I don't know about this song. He's one of the four major
He's
gods.
the big guy.
I know.
So?
He's like the entire city of Skoberheim.
So? Look how well that was going for them.
Well,
Ignacious
I
never
feel
really
like that
cared
was for a
for
different
anyone.
reason, which we have yet to explore. I feel like the war might
Yeah.
solve it for us.
Whatever.
Ignatius doesn't really care about Corlin, to be honest.
See, Coral is schmoilin'.
He just doesn't. He doesn't bother with it.
Raise your hand if in the party you care about Corlin.
In this party. No, sorry.
Exactly. No big deal. Don't sweat it, man.
All right. As you guys are talking, where the hell's Ignacious? About 10 minutes into that conversation, he stumbles his way through as you hear, "All right, can't even find your own place, can you? Oh, what a goon, what a goon. Oh, you take care now. Oh, we expect drinks." As you as you enter into the house, guided by your very favorite guards.
Hello, friends.
Where?
Oh, hi. Where have you been?
It's a interesting story.
Oh, I got lost again.
Kidnapped, actually.
What?
Yes.
Who would kidnap you?
There's a couple
Seriously,
of
like-
Valkyries.
You're on a different continent, in a different place, and you're the newest person to the city. Who would kidnap you?
I'm on the same continent.
Well, they met you on a different continent.
Yeah, we met you on
Yeah.
But they know I'm from Skoberheim.
Yeah, I know that, but like,
A couple of Valkyries
what have Valkyries
were-
doing in Waterdeep?
hiding, most likely.
From what? Aren't they like super big and powerful and strong?
Yes, but there are stronger things. And bigger groups of Valkyries, possibly.
Interesting. Well, you know more than I do.
Yes, they didn't take too kindly to someone who wasn't a sister wearing Valkyrie armor.
Ah, one of those situations.
I had to smooth things over.
Oh, you fought them.
No,
Oh.
I explained the situation.
That's a lot more lame. That's like what I thought it would be. I was hoping it'd be like a cool battle, but
You could have said
it was just...
I would have believed
That
it.
would have been an
Just
interesting
talking.
encounter, Ignatius.
There's no need for
got
needless
another
bloodshed,
character already.
especially of such rare and magnificent creatures.
understandable. I'm just saying it would have been really cool if you did it.
That's true. I mean, we
The
got
man who
everyone
fought
together.
two Valkyries in one.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe another time.
they'd have to give you a medal.
But I think we'll be seeing them again. So,
Oh, we're friends.
well, they want to confirm the story. They'd like to meet Cole.
Ah, the chick that killed us all, but then not really. Good times.
I remember it fondly.
Yeah, great times.
Yeah, so we have that to look forward to. But apologize for my absence. And I assume I missed the painting drop off.
You missed all of it, man. It was great. Jack and I went in. They weren't there. They have kids, which is cool. So I babysat for a bit. Their house is definitely haunted. but not like the cool way that like we have Leaf.
Ah,
Hiya! As he's over at the bar.
Yes, hi Leaf. Yeah.
Ah, you guys are great.
Theirs is like really creepy. The whole like mansion shutters. They have a lot of money. Like like we could have sold those paintings for like way more. Like 10 times as much easily.
Wait, did you actually get paid for that?
They paid
Oh
him
yeah,
up
we got
front.
paid beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh.
We just had to deliver the goods because we don't want to be schmucks. Yeah. But yeah, Jackin and I. Well, I mean, I'll let you do it, Jackin. It's your thing. I don't really care that much.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Well, I do now, but
If I could get your help tonight, we, under concerned citizens, heard noises that seemed to keep going off, and we came to investigate the noises. We were just walking by tonight, and to see what's actually going on in their villa. I feel as though something is underhanded, as Tullius told me he could feel some evil creatures as well out and about inside the villa. The noises themselves were concerning, and it seemed like there was something more nefarious going on under the surface.
I can confirm. Definitely seemed evil in nature.
Do we have any more to go off of? Just going in.
Their kids are not restricted. Their kids are restricted, and they can't go to certain parts of the house. Their butler seems to not want to let us walk around much. I mean, I get it. They're rich, and we don't want to. I'm not trying to steal, but like, they were playing it off really cool. Also, their kids mentioned that things were really bad for them at one point, and then their parents came back one night, and instantly everything was better. They had no competition, and they were super rich. So, there's some alarming things there, but they also do a bit of good for the city. So I don't know what to make of it. But Jackin wants help, so if we can help him, it's up to everyone here to decide. Yeah.
Tyrion, do you know anything about their competition that they're talking about?
Would I be familiar with any of this?
Sadly, no. You were here for 5 years. It's 5 years before your time. It was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You've just always have known the Casalanterns to be one of the wealthiest philanthropists and one of the kindest people in all of Waterdeep. Outwardly, they have done so much good for this city. It's a little hard to believe, but what they're saying is like, oh, that's concerning. Please don't be Bill Cosby. Please don't be Bill Cosby. That's what you're hearing right now.
yeah.
No, I didn't really. They've always been in their status since I've been in Waterdeep.
Would your boss know?
Maybe. I don't know.
Sorry, I mean your old boss, not. You don't really have a boss now. Sorry.
Well, I understood what you meant.
I felt bad because I was like, oh, Chip,
I feel like
Not
it's
really.
explaining
Whatever.
No, yeah, Grit. I don't. He might know, but he was a dock worker. He didn't pay attention to politics.
you don't know him.
I know him better than you do.
So, if we do go, what are we hoping to accomplish? What are we trying to do?
I don't think this is something we should even think about attempting tonight.
Yeah, I don't really like I mean, I don't like what's going on, but they're so just. They're so well respected. I don't think I'd feel comfortable. And rich and powerful, probably. I just don't.
We're not there to hurt them by any means. We just need
Yes, but keep in mind these are one of the most powerful families in the city. Any uninvited intruder is there to hurt them in their eyes. They won't hold back against us.
Yes.
We don't know what we're walking into. We don't know why we're walking into it, other than we're a little bit suspicious of something. Some of us are not really gifted in the methods of sneaking. I blow stuff up. that's about my use. I don't have a lot of spells that can help us move about silently or invisibly or anything like
It's
that.
a very loud group. Come to think of it.
Fair point. You all of a sudden feel the presence of Zeph behind you, all, and he just like, yes, they are horribly inefficient at stealth. And then as you guys look around like, is this a joke? He's gone again.
Good old Zed.
I think it would be a safer option to get the Grey Hoods involved because they have much more resources to investigate.
Gray
something
Hand,
of
Gray
this
Hood
nature.
is the bar.
Grey Hand,
I got you.
Grey Hands.
Do you
'Cause
trust
they
them?
have much more. I mean, they're basically they're under the control of Blackstaff, not so much the Lords of Waterdeep. They kind of do. They live by their own rules
We have a connection.
in a sense.
Salem's pretty cool. I mean, I trust Salem.
Well, I trust your judgments.
I trust Salem for sure.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, maybe give him a call. See if we can talk to Salem and see what to do.
Hey,
about it.
Salem, do you want to come get a drink at this tavern tonight? We miss you. That's how it ended.
Yes, I do. Talk in a moment later. Oh fuck! Is what you hear.
Classic Salem.
He said he wants to get a drink tonight, so we'll probably see him tonight if that's okay.
That's fine by me.
Right on. Man, I love this spell. It's so convenient. Wish I could do it more often.
I think it would be safe, definitely going through the Grey Hand. I think this is
Yeah.
the best course of action.
Have something,
Right, yeah,
something
more,
sanctioned.
Sanctioned
Yes.
means, yeah.
Certainly.
We don't want to be caught there and then it's a
It's
whole
just
sticky
awkward.
situation.
I mean, we have reputation to maintain.
Yeah.
And we could make ourselves disguised to look like just like bandits of Xanathar, so that if we do get caught, they'll just
Nope. Nope. Don't like that. Nope.
And then we as a group are accused of being bandits of Xanathar.
Yeah, not great.
We've infiltrated Waterdeep and have
Nope.
established our presence as a trustworthy group when we're
Playing
really
the long
undercover
game.
Xanathar.
Exactly what he said. Not great.
Well,
Have I made a poor judgment? Are you actually agents of Xandathar?
No.
No. Heavens no.
I certainly hope not. I made my bets though, so here we are.
I mean, you were at the party, right?
Yes.
The big gritty opening. I mean, you saw Xanathar people in here.
Yeah.
They're a lot shiftier looking, and they definitely got the fuck out when they saw the higher ups here.
That is fair. That is fair. Which is almost more concerning as you're dabbling with the people I'm here to investigate.
Dabbling with.
we haven't told on you already, so I think that is means for you to trust us.
That's an excellent point.
I also brought you to the place you wanted to go to, so.
Certainly. Yeah. And no traps were sprung. That's why I trust your
Nope.
judgments. What does the group want to do until Salem arrives? Anything, or do you just want to wait till Salem? You don't have to do anything.
Does the bar need anything?
Not right now. It's running like a well-oiled machine. Grit's going to be coming in
Excellent.
just before Salem gets in, so you can see Grit. And he's just like, oh, first day on the job. All right. He has these really tiny glasses he puts on, little spectacles, and he gets out
Yes.
his ledger.
Fantastic.
And he comes over and he's like, Gustavo Yums, is it? And he's like, of course, come here. And he gives him a hug, and Grit doesn't move. Excellent. And as he's writing in his beautiful penmanship, he's like, show me how operations go. He has his book, and he starts taking notes. Idra and Darul help get help show him out and about, and you have your buddy Lupe setting up his station, and the whole place is being taken care of right now. Patrons are filing in for the night. You guys are making some revenue. Music-wise, Tellius, you just have what you set up the previous night. It's still being able to play in the background and just keep going for the ambient
Nice.
music. All that is being taken care of. His Grit is hard at work taking in everything he can on his first day.
Do I have any recollection of any ancient cuisine from any of my memories?
Give me a history check inside the kitchen. As you go in the kitchen, you cross your arms and you just stare around.
Ooh. 17. Big roll.
You see some of the knives in here, and you look at your own claws for a second. You look around the room, and then a memory hits you. And it's very quick, but you do see your uncle off to the side, shaking his head, going, "Oh dear God!" And you see a dark, blue-looking creature like you, lizard-looking creature, and you see him turn to you. Obviously, you're in your first person. He's like, "This is how you do it, Tellius!" And there's this goat, and it just reaches in and rips out
Holy
the goat's
crap.
heart, and you see the goat, "Ah!" Or it'd probably be like, "Bah!" And you're like, "No!" And he's like, "Yeah, no!" And then it comes up, and you're like, "Oh." Just with your hands, like,
Fuck. I don't think people would like that.
What a society.
you definitely
Gustavo.
get a lot more context was very much needed. And that was definitely a traumatizing memory that survived somehow.
I
Trauma,
wish I didn't have that one back.
trauma survives even cross
Gustavo,
Yes.
what do we have for specials for tonight?
I was thinking duck tonight.
Are there goats in Waterdeep?
Typically for cheeses, they're used, not typically for the meats. You could
As
buy
you
one
were.
off. If you have enough money, there's always a suitor willing to sell.
Maybe we could make a special goat cheese. Something that's different than the norm. I don't know. I feel like we should have a big specialty that nothing else is served.
Dabbled inside goat cheese, and maybe we could have wine and goat cheese and onion rings. That might be quite the palate there. You've gotten my you've gotten my ideas and wheels turning. I can send Brendan to go buy a goat. Do you have some spare coin?
Yes. How much is a goat?
Goats can typically run, if we're buying them outright, about 10 gold. Oh, no, it's more than that. About 50 gold pieces. Because as a livelihood, they can keep making milk, which is income.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Milk and cheese.
I mean, do we have anywhere to? I don't think we have anywhere to like raise a goat, right?
In the yard, there's plenty of area.
In the yard.
Yes,
I mean,
there's Shalmir's forge. There's Tyrion's and what was Ulyrus's study.
Oh,
Those two are there. It's just
not there.
Tyrion's now. And
Neither
then
of those
we have
places. That's-
open
no.
area in between those places that we could set up some gating. We already have gates around everything, so we just need 3 sides to the gate. We could put the goat in there, and I'm very familiar. I grew up on a farm. I know how to take care of it.
if you are willing to take care of the goat as part of your work, then I mean, I'm not opposed. But if it's too much work, then we'll just source it from somewhere.
No, I'd give me something more to do, and I'm sure the cats would love to see a new friend.
All right, then. Is the price for a goat non-negotiable? I mean, would it be like more money for like a higher quality goat?
Go.
I don't know how this works.
Basically, they're all the same price unless you're looking at a sick goat.
quality goat.
So you're gonna get a good goat for that coin. 50 gold pieces will give you a quality.
All right.
goat.
All right, then here's 55, just in case they are,
Always,
stingy.
always generous, master.
You never know if they'll be stingy or not. So, There you go.
Do you
Don't worry
care
about
if
the
I
change.
name the goat?
Absolutely not. All you.
Brendan! As he yells out, Brendan! Brendan! And you see his father said, give him a minute! As the father closes the door. Brendan wanders over. I didn't finish my dinner, Gustavo. And he's like, enough, I don't care. Take this and go to, and he gives him an address, tells him to go get a specific goat. You can tell Gustavo has definitely been eyeing a goat for quite some time.
Wow, I had no idea.
How convenient.
Oh.
And Brendan sets
That's
off
funny.
into the night. And then about that time, you see, you come back inside, and Salem is already in the bar.
So,
Nice.
Salem, how do you feel about political espionage?
As you approach him, he definitely stealths his way in, and he's like still on like work mind right now. It's one of those Batman feelings where you're like, don't do the thing where I look away and you go away. Don't you do it, Batman. But you do approach him, and you see Salem as the whole group gathers now and congregates around him at one of the tables off, away from the patrons. I mean, that is our business, to be honest with you. We need to keep Waterdeep safe at all cost. Push back the darkness is our motto, given to us by wonderful L'Oreal and those before us.
It's a pretty cool motto.
It is. I don't. Yes.
How
but
would you feel about even doing a little extra pushing back the darkness?
I mean, we do a lot of extra. I mean, we go pretty above and beyond. I feel a bit insulted here. Is this why you've summoned me
gotta
here
leave.
tonight?
Let me consolidate his thoughts. We have a possible lead that we're thinking to bring up with you.
You should start with the thesis. That's always.
You gotta warm up the oven before you stick in the pastries.
I was pretty sure you burnt the pastries, but Tyrion, please. Why have you? As much as I love getting a drink with my friends, I was hoping it was business related, because there were complications today. Tellius, ever good timing. I was able to catch them, but we're on the clock, and we are going to be making our move on Xandathar soon inside the vault, which I would hope some of you would help with.
Wait.
Give us more information, and maybe we will.
Well, first you.
Talius went to go drop off some photos and noted some paintings and noted some interesting things over at the what's her name again?
Casalanterns.
The Casalanterns estate.
Interesting. What kind of strange things? or curiosities?
Some information from the children in specifically. They mentioned back before they were prosperous and wealthy, things were really bad. They came back one night, seemingly overnight, their competition disappeared, and they were really rich. The children are sequestered off and can only be in certain sections of the house. There is a really strange and definitely evil, I sensed evil within the home, shaking that goes on. It happened twice while I was there, and it completely shook the whole house. And the butler seems to think it's ghosts, but it seems more sinister.
The children said overnight it seemed like their parents got rich. It took months and months for the castle.
I mean, months, but it seems like overnight the competition just went away.
Well, it was strange to say the least. They're in a lot of the trading business, the Casalanterns. They were involved with a lot of the spice shipments that come into here into port and a lot of the alcohol. And their competition, their families' names are almost forgettable at this point. One of the families, I remember, got horribly sick. The other family ended up just moving away. And I remember their other competition, I believe there was some sort of accident that happened. I can look back to the records to see what was going on with them, but that was no cause for concern back then because things happen. There were volatile times.
As they do. No, I'm not. I'm not. You know, trying to pry too much. They've certainly done so much for the city, but it just seemed a little bit extra off.
Well, I'd say this group has a good judgment of extra off. I don't think I'll ever unremember the extra off inside the mountain as you just see Salem going far away as you guys all can like zoom back to Orlith above as you guys all came up and all these hordes of things coming down as they were backing up against you guys in the wall where there's that field that still locked you all inside the fight with Orlith, and just Salem and all the people outside like Liliana just cutting down fiends. And
Where is Liliana?
who knows? All right, so I can look into the Casalanterns. I know a lot of our stuff already is going to come back very positive. Was there something you wanted to do an infiltration mission of sorts?
That would probably be the best. I mean, I'm not an expert in espionage, but
No,
it seems
everyone
like
here in
you'll get the
heavy
most
armor,
information.
You would be losing that very quickly.
Right.
If you were to join me, and this would be an unsanctioned mission because I'd have to run this through Blackstaff and L'Oreal. I'm certain L'Oreal wouldn't go for this, and Blackstaff probably thinks resources would be better spent than chasing some of these tail ends. You all seem to always be in the thick of it. I think
Yeah,
this isn't
if you
something to
do
pass
bring
on.
any of us, probably bring one of our stealthier companions.
Where is Zeph?
Make a perception check.
Hmm.
That's not
28.
That's good.
28. His passive is like 24, I believe. Unless he leveled up and got higher.
8.
You have no idea where Zeph is.
Man, he's missing his time to shine.
Oh, actually, you don't either. Even though
I didn't think I did. I didn't think I did.
Because he's sitting in darkness, and when he's in darkness, he's invisible.
He's just
He's
invisible.
invisible
Yep.
condition. So, just
He's missing his chance. This is his time.
too busy enjoying life.
Zeph.
Zeph, it's time for an audition.
As you are blindsided by Zeph, and as Salem is too as well. Oh gosh! And you see Zeph coming. Yeah.
Fancy doing something else besides watching my back for once?
I think I could try and muster something up.
I'll just motion to Salem.
Well, and who else would be a part of this mission?
I don't think it would be right to have any of us. I mean, unless someone really wants to go, I don't think any of us should go. Just in case things go south, it would look really, really bad for us.
All right, I'll take Zeph on a mission. We'll do some recon,
Jekin should go
and
too.
we'll see if there's anything to it.
Jekin should go as well. It's his idea.
All right, we'll do it then. Do this tonight. You guys won't mention any of this, and we will report back when we can.
Sounds good.
The three of them talk a little bit, and then they all go off into the darkness of the night.
Stealthy boys.
3 stealthy boys.
What could go wrong?
Has anyone ever heard of people making deals with demons?
Yes.
Sounds this weird vanishing of competition and quick accruing of wealth and power. And then something weird going on in the house sounds to me kind of like they made a deal and whatever's in this house is the other end of the deal.
The kids did mention that the parents do have magical capabilities, or at least seem to imply it. They asked me to play hide and seek. and said, you know, can you do the special hide and seek that mommy and daddy can do?
They were able to
Go invisible?
summon something
Something, yeah.
in order.
I didn't want to pry. Well, I guess I should have in hindsight, but
I don't know if the children would.
the
know
kids
the
probably didn't know.
details.
Yeah. I could have asked. They like me.
Man, there's a scenario going on over there. Wish we could have gone.
We've sent them to their doom!
Yeah, we sure have. Reed's rolling their dice. We're done, guys.
I do actually think Zeph might have passed without trace, though.
I think he does. And I think Zeph's stealth abilities are so high that
Through the roof.
he might be able to solve a mission. You're the last one alive. Complete the mission.
Okay.
Did everyone just die?
Salem died. No.
Oh,
Is there anything? Do you guys just wait around for them then for the rest of the night for an answer?
just talking.
Yeah.
Hours go by.
know.
Oh no.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight, 1:30,
Is anyone worried?
2:30,
I'm a little worried.
3:30,
Guys.
4:30.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, we would have been in bed at that point.
All right. I'd say if you guys go ahead and take your long rest, as you guys would go to bed around 11 o'clock, whatever time you're staying up late.
Midnight.
You're woken at 5 a.m.
Oh, Jesus.
It would be Tullius.
Oh, fuck.
You're shaken, awake, and you just see Zeph in front of you.
What's up?
Get everybody up.
Oh boy.
I knock on Tyrion's door.
Everybody.
Hey, wake up!
Like, get up.
All right. Everybody comes downstairs,
It's
makes their
just
way.
Zeph.
What?
It's just Zeph.
As you guys come downstairs, you can see Zeph, and you can see there is blood all over his cloak.
Oh no.
And you see Zeph standing there. There's no patrons in right now. The doors are locked. It's still early morning. Lift's just like, oh, an early morning. Oh, man. I'll start getting the food out for Gustavo as soon as he gets here. And he goes in the back room. And Zeph goes, okay. Jaqen and Salem are captured.
What?
I tried to get them out, but things did not go as we planned. As we were investigating and everything was going just fine, we were investigating that shuddering noise again. The Casalanterns were home, and they didn't seem put off by it. We thought that was strange. So we tried to zero in on this shaking and shuddering. And when we found the location, Salem was able to disable an arcane lock. But as Jaqen crossed the threshold into the room, there must have been a secondary arcane enchantment there that blew us all back. Guards started rushing, and we saw some sort of horribly disfigured monster in there. I was able to get some shots off on it. It bled. I don't know if I was able to kill it, but I tried to take both Salem and yes, that was his name, Jaqen, out. But once they were swarming on us, I was told to go my own way by Salem and Jaqen. They split up from me, and it seemed like at the very least they got Jaqen. And if Salem never came back to you, it's my assumption they got Salem as well.
the guards weren't off-put by the monster that you were fighting.
No. Not at all.
And the monster wasn't trying to hurt them.
It killed a few of them, actually.
Oh,
What did it look like?
It was this horribly mutilated creature that was shooting all these sharpened chains at people.
why would the Casalanterns have that in their basement?
It was not in the basement, but actually held in an attic.
Not better.
No, not better. It
That means the
seemed
basement's even worse.
unattended for some time. There was dust all over the room. The eyes of the creature were horribly mad.
Interesting.
But I imagine
Could
we should
you-
probably go get them.
Yeah, we should do that.
What if we do with
Let me let me shoot out a quick message to the both of them.
Sure.
Hey Salem. Heard you got captured maybe. What happened? We're on our way to get you out.
You hear this. Strange laughter. Doesn't really sound like Salem.
Have I heard that laughter before?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. Send a similar message to Jack in.
You receive the same similar laughter.
Well, all I got was laughter. Sinister, definitely evil laughter.
Yeah, you don't even need a roll for that. Sound evil as fuck.
Like, super evil.
Did you see anything in the attic, like offerings, food, like they were giving it something?
No, it was barren, almost like a tomb.
What should we do? I mean, we need to get them, obviously. Something, but should we let someone know? Do we just go?
It's your town, your decision.
We should probably.
We should
let
tell
somebody
Blackstaff.
know. Yeah.
We should tell back
One
stuff,
of
right?
her higher ups is captured. She needs to know, and we should be prepared for her to be very upset with us.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, this is probably. It's not like we were doing.
It's not like our tip was wrong.
Yeah, we were right. So I feel like
But-
she'll probably.
She'll probably definitely be mad.
She will still be very upset.
Do we still have any of that Frostborn wine?
You do in barrels, but I mean, like, it's not gonna
Just
help in this
saying.
situation. I'm
There
gonna give you a
is.
freebie. Don't try it.
Damn
Don't
it.
push your
I was
luck.
gonna say.
And you still had to serve last night, so Tyrion, you did end up serving, but it was less hours. That was your reward for what you did. So you didn't have to do a full night of duty, but nobody's getting out of the duty. Even Charnook, you're just there
What the
today.
heck?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
you're all getting your work in around the town, doing your community service.
Am I gonna be on a jury or something?
No, you're gonna be
I think we
helping
should
shit.
stay on target. If we try to distract her with stuff, that might make her more upset.
I'm just saying with the drinks. So you guys want to go contact
Right.
Blackstaff?
Yeah.
In person.
In person. Yeah, let's go.
All right. You guys travel across the town. The sun's not even up yet. You can hear a little bit of buzz on the street, and you can hear that some of the guards are whispering out and about with one another as they see your group going. They're like, hello there. What are you doing out this early in the morning? Haven't seen you lot before.
Really?
It's at a distance and still dark.
Oh,
But you can stay. Really? Yes, you can still roleplay. But as a player, it's just letting you know.
you haven't seen us before. We've been here a while.
You see them look close as they start getting closer. Oh, hey! You're Lift's new place, the old heroes of Waterdeep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at you guys out. What could you do for the morning? You here to help the incident of the Casalanterns?
What happened?
Yeah.
Seems like someone tried to storm the compound, and they caught the perpetrators. We don't know what's going on right now. We're told they've already been transferred into Waterdeep prisons right now. Nothing to worry about. I imagine you lot, last time you investigated and you uncovered all sorts of things and ran the Zentira Mall out of town.
Yeah, we heard whispers. We wanted to try and confer with the Blackstaff regarding it.
You see him. This early. Okay, good. Go. Yeah, don't let me stop you. As he backs off, and he looks at the other guards. He's like, "They're going to see Blackstaff," and you see him like, "Fuck me, really?" I mean, is it that serious? You see him put his hands up like, "There's another corner to patrol, I'm sure." As they walk away, keep it off the streets now.
Oh, Jesus.
You guys go up to the tower. You knock on the door. One of the servants answers the door, and they go like, "Can I help you?"
We have an important
Urgent.
thing to discuss, urgent to discuss with Blackstaff regarding Salem.
Blackstaff's meetings don't start until 9 a.m. She's very particular about not being woken up. So if this really isn't pertinent to Salem getting into some bullshit once again, I feel like it'd be best for all of us if we don't wake Blackstaff.
Can I make an insight check to see if this kind of thing happens frequently, where it's like something that Blackstaff would actually be concerned about?
Sure.
Oh, that's a good roll. Insight, so that's a dirty 20.
You get the sense that this is more Blackstaff doesn't like to be awake early, unless that this shit happens all the time. She wouldn't care. It just she's not a morning person.
This one's actually important, so we need to talk to Blackstaff.
Like really important.
It's really important.
Yes, really important.
Son of a fuck. And she opens up the door. She's like, "Wait here." You go up the stairs.
Oh, you know, we should have brought some coffee or something for her.
You hear thunderclaps
This'll
above
be
the
fun.
tower.
No.
That's about right.
We're in trouble.
You hear some shouting.
Oh, no.
We're definitely in
servant.
trouble.
Run
You think we're
down
in
the
trouble
stairs
now?
very quickly, but she's like keeping her form hands. Blackstaff will see you shortly. As she goes out the door you guys just came in,
Thank you.
and you see Blackstaff saunter down. As she's getting
Oh,
her
no.
robes on, you can see her eyes are like bugging out right now as she's trying to see straight. Her staff, one at a time, she's like, "All right, you lot, this better be good. Okay, why am I awake right now?"
The Casalanterns have a dangerous creature in their attic, and they captured Salem.
That was so much to take in.
I figured it would be better to get right to the point with you in this moment.
And figured correctly, you did! As she hits it, you hear another thunderclap go. She comes over, and you see her whisk her hand, and you see a pot appear on the stove, and it's already warm, and she's putting it into a cup. She looks to all of you, does not offer you anything to drink. Puts it down. Okay. The Casalanterns, you say, one of the most untouchable political entities in Waterdeep, has an evil demon inside their house.
Yes.
How do you know this?
Zeph, you
Well,
want to tell her?
Zeph's
They-
just
well-
there, just like, oh fuck this is mine.
They purchased a portrait, a couple portraits from us. They were delivered by Tellius. When they were at the estate, there was some questionable things noted. The kids mentioned something about how their life turned around over the course of a night, and that all their competition in their family business, in their parents' business, disappeared overnight. Strike one. There were areas of the estate that the kids are not allowed to wander into. alongside this weird rumbling, roaring, shaking sound that nobody seemed to be concerned with at the estate. And so we brought it up with Salem, and he and Zeph went to see if they could gather some information about it.
You
And
see
they
her
found-
like holding her black staff, and she just with her eyes right now. She's put the hot drink down.
And Zeph, you can say what you saw.
I think you got it all. As you
They-
Jeff's not. He's terrified. He's not feeling
They-
this.
Well, they
She's still
got
covered in
in,
blood.
and
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess they were
I'm gonna give them a cure
Again-
wounds.
He
again
appreciates it.
noting this weird disturbance in the area. They went to find it, and it was an arcanely locked door,
Oh,
and there was some sort of beast inside, just locked away. Dangerous.
I'm gonna kill Salem. So Salem took it upon himself to go investigate this at your suggestion. The most powerful political entity inside Waterdeep, maybe remove L'Oreal and a handful of Master Lords. If my greatest hand is hurt or killed, you're all gonna be held responsible for this. Second, if he's not hurt or killed, I'm going to hurt or kill him when I see him. Salem's not only the best of us when it comes to this stuff, he's also one of the few good people out there. So don't keep overusing his goodwill. All right, so what's your plan with all this? You came to me, you let me know. So do you have any idea how we're gonna, do you know where he is?
The guards we passed on the way over said that they were in prison, but for some reason I don't think that that's going to be the case.
All right. It's today. I think there's a fundraiser happening. I think it's either tonight or tomorrow. I think it's today. What time is it?
It's about 5.
5.
Another thunderclap when you tell her what time it is. Today there is a banquet for homeless happening in the Casalanterns Plaza. I can make an appearance to try and see what's going on. Maybe you all should. Have they seen any of you before? Besides,
they've seen-
obviously, the night we all had fun times.
I don't think so.
They themselves, no.
They've seen me.
They've seen all of you in the bar, but they haven't
Yeah.
seen anybody of you outside the bar. But they talked directly to Tellius.
Yeah, they would know me on sight, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they would know me on site.
They've seen you. Oh, I don't even think they saw you because you were in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So no, you
Or
were
I
definitely
would be, like, shorter than the counter.
yes. So they definitely don't have an idea of Orhana.
I can change my appearance, so got that going for me.
That might be the best for everybody that they do know to change their appearance, and you can impose as some of the individuals for the banquet, and then maybe as I distract them, you can get Salem and get him out of there, and none the wiser. And maybe we can launch an official investigation if I find they're detaining one of my officers. That's a very different story, no matter how pressed they are.
Sounds like a good plan.
All right, we can do that.
Wonderful.
What time is the banquet?
Late at night, which is worrisome.
Perfect.
All right, so 8 p.m. tonight is the banquet. Goes all the way through midnight.
All right.
All right, thank you for your time, and I just start walking
Yeah.
out.
And as Tyrion leaves, you all follow suit.
Yeah.
All right, you all exit, and you can see the black staff relieved that she can try and gather some more sleep. As the you guys look outside, multitudes of areas around here have been singed by lightning strikes, and you can see the guards just trembling a little bit, and the servant that saw you in just goes, just gives you a smile. You can tell she's counting seconds right now for how long to go back in. So the day is yours at 5 a.m. Well, now after all that, I say you're back at your place by about 6:30 a.m. Gustavo has just gotten in, and you can get the smell of food. You can hear a bleating in the background outside as a hungry goat is bleating for more food. The day is yours.
We should gather.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Okay.
We should
That was too much.
I'd also like to go back to bed for a bit.
We
I could use a few more
we have
hours.
we have a mission.
Everyone
Guys.
goes to sleep.
It starts at 8.
Did we get
PM.
a full long rest?
No, so to be fair, I'll tack it on if you guys go to bed. I'll give you the long rest. Waking
Yeah.
up at about 10 a.m.
All right, that's fine.
Thank you.
So it's 10 a.m. Day is yours. You can just wait. We can just fast forward to the park. I always like to
Nope,
give you the
I
option.
have an objective.
There we are. Here we go.
I gotta
So-
go buy a dress after he's done.
What's that?
I have to go buy a dress after he's done.
Okay.
I don't even think she owns one.
Yeah, that's fair actually.
I have
But it is
these.
also for homeless as well, so it's not formal.
Okay.
This is philanthropy. So most of them are going to be trying to dress up, and the typical like poor people dressing up. That's what the Casalanterns are going to be doing.
Yeah.
Because dirty rich people are dirty. Yes. Hunter?
I am going to, if anybody wants to accompany me, make my way to the detective's office and have
Oh
a quick
boy,
conversation with
Cromley.
Bartimus Blastwind.
That's what he is. Bartimus Blastwind.
I would
Certainly.
love to go with you, Tyrion.
All right. The two of you approach this rinky-dink shop. It's got
Oh,
all
no.
sorts of papers all around. You see his...
Does he have corkboard?
No. No, he's less organized. There we are. You're greeted by... that's why I remember the name Cromley. Mr. Cromley at the door, who writes down everything for Barnabas Blastwind. As you individuals walk in, you see him saying, "Welcome to Barnabas Blastwind's detective agency. Good to see you all. Good day. Do you have a pressing matter at the moment? Barnabas has many, many cases, but we can put you to the
we
list."
just actually were request a brief favor from him.
Favor. He's a very, very busy man.
It's not. It won't take much of his time, but it will greatly help us. We're looking to have a quick conversation with two prisoners that were recently taken to Waterdeep Prison.
The detective works for Waterdeep, but I'm not so sure he'd be able to do that for you, but I'll go get him. He has his 5-minute stretch break. As he goes up the stairs, and you see Barnabas being like, "A new case, you say?" He comes downstairs.
Oh god, it's still happening. We've achieved perpetual motion.
Hello there. I have the greetings to see both Charnook and Tyrion in my presence. Good to see the both of you, as he's got his little spectacles that are like steamed up. Not sure how he sees through them.
Yes, that is us.
What do I do with the pleasure? I only have 4 minutes left until I have to get back to my work.
We heard of an incident last night at the Casalanterns. We heard there were some prisoners taken to the Waterdeep prison. We don't know if we really have the jurisdiction to make any sort of input there, so I was wondering if we could, as just a favor for helping you out in the past, if we could just get maybe a letter from you just to give us some sort of credibility to wanting to ask questions to the prisoners.
Make a persuasion check.
Where'd my mouse go? There we are. 16.
Yes, your reputation does precede you. I don't see the harm in it. Just make sure you don't hurt them in any way. He reaches over and starts scribbling on a paper. I'm sure I'll be getting a notice anytime now about this entirety of the incident, and I will be studying the case. It'll probably be moved to the top of my queue, being that it is the... Thank you. And he hands over a letter to you, Tyrion. He's like, is that all? 2 minutes left.
That was all. That was all we needed of your time. Thank you so much. Oh.
Did Tellius communicate that the kids mentioned Barnabas? What's his name?
Last one.
Last one, yeah. They mentioned that he was there at the estate.
They did, but Tellius didn't communicate that.
That's all then.
All right. Good day. And you see Mr. Cromley come over and he's like, all right, back to work, Mr. Blastwind. You must keep to your schedule. And he goes, no. 1, 2, up the stairs we go. And you guys leave. Orana, you want to go buy a dress?
Yep. Well,
All right.
I don't really want to, but I have to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As you're looking at your blood-stained cloak that's been cleaned a bazillion times over, and now it's super nice, the Adam the West one, but you're like, no. I need a dress. Actually, that's a cloak, not a
Yes, I
dress.
can.
Yeah. Sure.
So, I don't know. I'll head to, what's the word for a dressmaker? Why can't I think of this? A tailor.
Yes. I think Taylor's Tailor was one of the shops in Waterdeep you visited quite a time ago. So you could find Taylor once again.
Yep. So I'll just head in there, and I think she's probably going to get a green dress. Like,
Okay.
that's the vibe I get from her is green's probably her thing.
Right on. With the red hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Compliments.
And
Some rave
so...
going on. Oh no,
What's that?
she's brave. She's Meredith.
Yay. That's a cool character.
That's fine.
I
I don't think her hair is that curly, though.
Taylor, from what you've described anyway, it can be if you want it to be. But
I don't see it.
yeah, from what we up to this point, it has been clear. Anyway, Taylor's ecstatic to see you in the shop. Starts doing measurements. All excited to hear you that you're going there. How nice that is to you. The pleasantries are exchanged, and what's the style you're really looking for the dress? How do you want it to come across your body?
I'm not really sure.
Is it more like a flowing gala dress and nightgown? Is it more like pocketed, sort of like ice cream gets whipped around?
I
Like,
don't think so. Just something that, like, is fancy, but also, like, very practical.
gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear this to, the gala tonight, but also I need this to be okay for, like, just about every other event in my life that I'm going to go to, because I'm
Yes.
never gonna buy another dress.
Yes.
I need pockets, darn it.
Probably, like, pockets and also, like, I don't even know what else.
Most
but-
certainly. So she makes this beautiful green dress for you, and she has a multitude of hidden pockets on the inside for you. So if anything ends up happening, she also leaves.
Potions.
She gives you a dress underneath it too, though she doesn't recommend, not a dress, but an outfit underneath it. Doesn't recommend during the hot heat of the Waterdeep summer to be wearing it. But if there's ever the case where, because you guys are adventuring, you need to just be like, fuck the dress, there's actually an outfit underneath for you that you can easily maneuver in. So she kept that in mind for you.
You got a pull-off dress.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So that'll be about...
Probably, like, has buttons or something, so I can, like, haha,
Yes.
now it's a dress, and haha,
Yes.
now it is not.
Exactly.
So, yeah, see?
So about
Never
4 gold pieces that'll run you.
And it'll be done by the time for...
No, the
for
time you're
today?
there. Yeah, no, she did it with you there, so it'll take about 2.5 hours, the whole process.
I'll give her 5 gold.
Oh, the tip is appreciated. And as she says, if you ever come back to Taylor's Tailor, please bring it. Please, you're always welcome back. Bring your friends. Tell your friends. All right, anybody else want to do anything before the 8
So
p.m.?
now I'm heading for the prison.
All right, to the prison. You guys walk towards the prison. The guards end up stopping you, and they ask you, what's your business here?
We had a discussion with Detective Blastwind. We were hoping to get some preliminary inquiry into the case of the Casalanterns break-in.
Oh, excellent. This will help speed up the process. Man,
We
he's
were
quick to
hoping we could have a
response.
conversation with prisoners.
Certainly. Come. Well, could we?
I'll show him the
yeah.
letter.
As soon as he sees that, come this way.
We're so reputable.
They're amazed at the speed as he remarks to. He's like, we sent the letter maybe an hour to him on foot. That's amazing. He sent somebody so quickly, right out of the gate. As you see, the timing is just you guys rock that. As you get into the cells, you come in, and he goes, these are the two that were caught for the incident last night. In front of you are one bald individual and one orc-looking creature.
Definitely not our two companions.
Unless there's some illusion magic on them, they are not the same looking companions.
Do you mind if I do a brief amount of magic? I just want to see if I can get rid of any glimmers that might be hiding their true identity.
Be my guest.
I'm gonna cast a third level, just a dispel magic at third level.
All right. When you dispel magic, you see the orc's muscles shrink, and he's not as strong as he was outwardly appearing to be. And the other one has much older features than he had, and a lot of crow's feet going on right now. And you see them both being like, "Oh, really necessary? Really? Really?" He starts getting up to the bars in his chains. Really? And he's like, his buys a sack of Jello. He's like, "Really? You no good tiefling son of a bitch? Really?" And the other one's like, "Oh,
what were you doing at
leave
the
it."
estate last night?
You see him spit towards you. "I don't talk to those that ruin such expensive." It passes out. Just either out of shame or exhaustion or humiliation.
I'll turn to the orc. And you?
I don't remember anything last night. I was out drinking at some of my favorite bars, and then I'm here. Not really all that
Insight
new.
check.
Go ahead.
Is he telling me the truth?
Does the cell smell strongly of intoxicants?
Give me medicine check.
11 insight.
7.
Oh, rolling with disadvantage, double 18s.
Nice.
Tough to tell. Tough to tell.
The unreadable fall guy.
Tough to tell. What do you got?
I got a 7.
A 7. There's a lot of bad smells in here.
Oh,
So
man,
to
this
get
place
alcohol out of
sucks.
this, I mean, the guard behind you has a little bit of alcohol in his breath, all right? So it's tough to tell.
I turned to the guard. Do you know when these guys got picked up? How it happened? Where they were?
As far as we know from the case, they were causing trouble, trying to break and enter and steal some things from the Casalantern residence, which is despicable, as you see the orc being like, haven't heard that before. And it's, we picked him up probably around 3 in the morning, the last shift told us, 3 or 4, somewhere in there. They were easily apprehended by the Casalanterns. They are very gifted in the arts and made little work of making these two individuals sorry for what they did and handing them over for proper persecution. I don't remember what it's called. Processing?
Processing.
I'll go with processing for now, but something else.
Well, I don't know how much we're gonna get out of here. They still seem fairly intoxicated, I'll be
These guys
honest.
seem like real bozos.
The one on the ground. You're the... Back down.
Alright, well, thank you for our time. For
Yep.
your time, I should say.
Thank you. Make sure to give the entirety of what you could find to Barnabas, and hopefully they'll be sobered up by the time you or him return later on.
Yep.
Thank you very much. You've been very helpful. I'll be sure to mention it to any captains that I see.
Please do. Let it be known that Terry Strongarm.
Terry Strongarm. I won't forget it.
Thank you. All right. So, what else you doing as you guys exit out there?
So that wasn't our friends.
Yup.
Seems our suspicion is correct.
Correct. They are probably holding them themselves.
So we'll be at
Once
the
it's
party.
on the estate.
I wonder if they have a special place for it. It'd be really helpful if we had the layout, if we knew where to go. We didn't have to figure things out on the fly.
Are there architects that may have worked on the facility?
As you guys are all back in the tavern at this point, Orhana has come back with a really nice dress on.
Oh, so pretty.
Thanks.
That's nice. That's nice.
As she immediately storms upstairs to change out of it. Yeah, there's different architectural agencies. You'd have to do some digging throughout the day. About this time, you're probably looking around 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Worth a shot.
All right, give me a investigation check to see if you guys can track down the architect. We'll give one person gets to try and find this.
Who's smartest?
Who's a smart lad?
I think
Wait,
Orhana's really
what,
smart.
Investigation?
Yeah.
I have a pretty sweet modifier. Let me see.
All right.
It's +7. Has anyone got better?
No.
No.
Sounds pretty good.
Ohana, I have 100% faith that you'll be able to find this man.
Inspiration! You have to do an
thanks.
Yep.
investigation check.
I know.
Okay.
It's a D8.
Oh, a D8.
Yeah. Next time we level up, it'll be a D10.
Wow.
Nice.
The inspiration's after the modifier.
You just add both.
Inspirations, if you want to add it or not.
So let's see. We're at a 22.
Nice. As you're able to look around, you find throughout the city, you guys kill about 2 hours tracking down a couple different architect agencies. Some of them did not work on the household, but by the time you do track one down, you're able to meet with one of the owners that has taken on some of the upkeeps and permits of the Casalantern residence, but they're not willing to give that to you guys because that's private property. And they are curious to at least you find the architectural place and you're asking about it, but you haven't quite, you're getting the gist that they're not going to give you this type of stuff as the person that helped design the house comes down to each and every one of you.
This is official police business.
Hello?
We're just looking to expand on what we might have at the bar, and we're just inspired by the Casalanterns estate there.
Make a deception check.
Come on, Tellius. 17.
Well, it is quite impressive, the Casalantern estate. Now, I don't have the privilege of being able to claim all credit for it, but I have been able to do some of the additions. The original mastermind had an unfortunate boating accident years ago, and it's a shame what beautiful architecture he brought to this world was lost with him. But maybe as a favor, I could let you. What were you thinking? What were you thinking for the house? What about the Casalanterns brought your interest? I could probably whip you up something.
It's just so ornate. I was thinking maybe a small addition to a yard, maybe, or outside the forge, and then really, I guess maybe an interior designer would be more in line with what we need. But I think an addition next to the forge would be nice as well.
Well, we've had an eye on your business for quite some time. We saw you went with one of the other firms to build the other two, but we'd be happy to try and build something else. Try to build something else of interest to your place in the same vein as the Casalantern residents. You see him getting excited and brings you over to a room and he starts doing some light sketches of your place and everything. And he starts showing you improvements. He starts throwing out prices. These will cost probably about 800 gold pieces for the resources, and then labor will cost you about another 1,500 to 2,000 gold pieces.
Right, yeah. Could you make? Could we like write all this down in like a sheet so that I could look at it, at home?
We'll send you
with
an
everyone.
invoice for
Yes,
it.
yes, an invoice would be great. Thank you.
Yes, very good. But the sky's the limit. As you know, the more complicated it gets, the more expensive it'll get. Typically runs
course,
around
yes, of
10,000 to 20,000 coin for each edition.
Right, yeah. Of course. I mean, we might have to, delay it out depending on what the business needs, but
we can
we'll certainly
mortgage
be
it.
in touch.
We're all about that. We can do that over time. We could look at the banks of Waterdeep, and there's interest involved. Plenty of ways we can do this. I'm sure you have great credit here.
Of course. We'll be on our way.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Could you tell me about the fanciest edition that you've ever done?
Make a persuasion check.
Sorry.
Don't throw your dice.
Would have been awkward if they asked questions.
These are killing me tonight. 9.
I've done a multitude of very fancy ones. It's tough to pick a favorite.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, I hope that we will share some business in the future.
Yes, and I hope you'll be my next favorite.
As do we.
Okay, so you guys left.
Yeah.
They were getting suspicious.
They sure were. I mean,
Well,
yeah, you can't really. Could you go? Think about going to anyone's place and be like, could you give me the schematics to a stranger's house?
well, hold on. If we showed the letter, it'd be weird if we went back in and like showed him the letter now. But if
Sure would be. And the letter itself is made out to guards about prisoners.
right, that's
That
true.
would be some nice high rolls to try and swing that bullshit.
How do we have such a good reputation in this town? And we don't have any kind of badge or anything.
Because you're part of the Grey Hand. Grey Hand aren't public.
Dang it.
And if you were part of the Royal Guard or the city group, you would have to do regular, boring bullshit, which none of you want to do. You go to great lengths to not do what Blackstaff requires of you.
Let's beat up some guards and steal their stuff.
The bare minimum. That takes you about to 5 o'clock after all that.
Well, at least we learned that the house has had additions, and it's a little bit weird that the original blueprints got mysteriously disappeared.
The maker of them. Not so much the
Maker of them?
blueprints.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought when you said
The original maker of it, he couldn't take credit for it because the original guy who made their house died on a boating trip.
mysteriously.
Don't seriously me.
No, I said mysteriously.
Oh, mysteriously. I thought you said seriously. I'm like, I'm just.
How
Jesus.
convenient!
I don't know. Just play the fucking game.
I'm playing the game.
All right, group. Are you just getting ready for the 8 o'clock?
Yeah, it is 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
it is.
Ready.
All right. I'll say we'll go to the party. You all get there, and Blackstaff makes her entrance.
Figure out what illusory.
What illusions are you guys going as? We'll be wrapping up here.
Great.
Yeah.
No illusions there.
Yep. All right. Duly noted.
I'm probably, because I don't really have any way to disguise myself, I'm gonna make myself look more homeless, like beat down rags, old clothes, things
Yep.
like that, all that.
Do you all go in at the same time?
I will cast Disguise Self,
Okay.
and I will be 1 foot shorter.
Okay.
No, I lied. I want to look like the Scotsman from Samurai Jack.
Without the machine guns.
Obviously not,
All right.
but just that kind of vibe,
Sure.
Harry Scottishman.
Perfect.
I will use the hat of disguise to make
a roughly 6 foot tall, unusually buff elven man with a top hat and beautiful tuxedo.
All right.
I'm gonna be like very, very overdressed, but I think I'm gonna have like some nicer clothes underneath.
Okay. Ignacious, so you're just going normally with your armor and everything?
Do I think that would be suspicious?
No, not really, because they haven't had much of you, and I'll be fair, you could easily have the alibi. You're just checking out the banquet. I mean, it's open to everybody, so it's like...
Oh, yeah, and I'm new to town, so that's...
Yeah.
I'm just new to town checking it out. Yeah, I'll just go as myself.
Nice.
Alibi checks.
Boring Ignatius.
Done.
They do insist, though, you check your weapons. Everybody else has their illusions about or hidden, so you would either have to hide your weapon somehow or leave it at the entrance.
It's under the illusion.
You could give it to somebody in the group to hold on to.
Pass it here,
Here.
and I'll put it in the bag of holding.
Does that include a shield, or can I put a shield on my back?
You can keep the shield on their back.
Oh, I want to make
the shield on my
cane.
back.
I want to make the cold iron Masterix longsword look like a cane.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys approach, both Victorio and Amelia are shaking hands with everybody that gets in there, and they're happy to see. Blackstaff is already in there and made the acquaintances. Or actually, I lied. She's not there yet. As you go up, Ignacious, they come up and shake your hands like, oh, it's so good to see you. You're new to town. Please take part in all of our wondrous foods and splendors. It's wonderful to see you here, Ignacious.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
As you go in, Tellius, you see Victorio. He shakes your hands like, oh, that's a hefty handshake from there, fella. I haven't seen you around these parts before. What's your name?
I got it. I'm Craig. Craig.
Nice to meet
So,
you. And he pats your hand on the wrist and he's like, all right, Craig, well, don't cause any trouble tonight, as he pushes you forward. Orhana, you shake their hands. They make their pleasantries. Nothing going on there. Tyrion.
I stagger in a little bit after the fact.
Yep. They see you. Hello, dear tiefling. I feel like I've seen you before. What's your name?
Airy.
I don't like getting it back. Harry, what a strange name. You know, there's tales of an individual maddened with a similar name making waves in the north right now. No relation, I hope.
Oh, no.
Well, enjoy the night.
Thank you so much for your hospitality.
He nods his head. Charnuka, as you approach, you see Victorio clasp your hand on your cane. He's like, to what do I owe the honor of this great-looking gentleman?
Oh, my name is Arius Longshadow. I'm just traveling through and heard of this magnificent gala. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It is a pleasure as well to meet yours, but I do regret to inform you we have a no walking stick policy.
Oh, that is a shame.
He's giving you a look, and you clearly see somebody walk by with a walking stick. And you can see his eyes have this sort of glow to them right now.
Okay.
We'll have to check in your cane.
Seems a shame, but okay.
As he takes your cane and he gives it off to an individual, you see there's a guards everywhere, and one of them takes it off into the void somewhere. When you need your cane to return home, you can track down one of our guards, and they will retrieve it for you by name.
I'm gonna follow the guard just to see where he goes.
Yeah.
30 to 50 feet behind him.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
And Zeph is not coming in with you guys this way. He is stealthing around the place, trying to come in a different way.
21.
That's probably a good idea.
Nice.
I know. It was almost a 4.
You see him take it into one of the warehouses that seem to be guarded by a multitude of people, and one of which is an individual out there seems to cast something to open it up, and the individual goes inside, and then when they come back out, you see another casting happen. So it seems there's some sort of arcane check-in station for everybody. Instead of coat check, it's don't bring that to the dinner check.
I'm gonna run back over to
No guns
Charnook
here.
and just, tell him exactly what I saw, so he knows exactly where it is in case he finds himself.
And she surprises you
Needing
too.
it.
She comes right up on you.
Oh, hey, sorry.
He's so fast. He's so small.
Yeah.
Come out of nowhere. We'll get it later. Don't worry about it.
As the dinner starts to go on tonight, and the eyebrows are being raised by the two Casalanterns, Blackstaff makes her appearance as they are making their rounds inside this giant hall that's been just this banquet of food, and people are eating and passing out and revelry, and people are all excited throughout for this wondrous philanthropic gesture. Blackstaff pulls their attention away as they're like, oh, Blackstaff, we did not expect you tonight. Something about their demeanor seems like they did very much expect the Blackstaff tonight. As they walk over to the Blackstaff, and you all have a chance to yourselves to be free of any eyes of the Casalanterns. They're just
I'm
guards.
going to, at some point, kind of try and excuse myself to some sort of facilities.
Sure. There's a whole train to the bathrooms that they have, so there's guards along the way, but there's these little areas of you have to go into one of the houses, not the main house, oh heavens no, but one of the houses, and there's that brief period of alone time to go take care of business by yourself. You have to yourself.
I take off my heavy looking rags and stuff and switch over to my nicer stuff underneath.
Okay. And then exit out the same way, or do you try and do something?
Well, so is it like a private area where...
It's like a private stall, very high maintenance, clockworks system for all the sanitation, and there is a window in here as well that would that there's definitely guards outside guarding it, so people don't jump out the window. But besides that, you can go into what would be a hallway where there's just one guard and that's closed off, and then there's all these other ones going on.
And was there a decent flow of people in and out of this bathroom?
Yeah, and because each of these bathrooms, there's multitudes of these little pockets in here, so it's similar to how we have bathrooms, but not quite as modern.
So when there's a moment, I'm gonna dispose of my raggedy clothes.
Sure, there's all kinds of waste bins and stuff around.
Just kind of leave them in there and...
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
See how smooth you are about this.
Not very smooth. 6.
You miss the bin and you just throw it on the floor, but you don't make eye contact because you think, I hit it, and you're going on. Got it. I'm smooth.
I probably wouldn't just try to Kobe it and then be like, got it. 100%.
As you peer back, you can see a crow picking it up and throwing the crap where it's supposed to be. And you hear a annoyed comment in your head.
I will make my way out just very nonchalantly, like I had walked in previously.
All right. As you
along with the crowd
are with the crowd, you can see an opportunity during this sequence that you could perhaps someone could distract the one guard right before you guys get into the bathrooms. If people could slip on past, you'd have quite a ways you could get away from this party. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
All right.